Okay, so I have my client and good friend with me, Stephen Sullivan, in today. And what's very unique about Stephen is two things. One, he stands in a South Paw stance, in that he's leading through the right side. Typically, a boxing stance will stand in orthodox with the left side leading. This is more common practice due to the majority of people in general being right-handed. But again, what makes Stephen unique, secondly, is he's a right-handed southpaw. And what that means is the right hand, his power hand, is in front. And this would be very confusing for an opponent, because what we would do is say circle away from the power hand. And we would assume that this power hand is his left hand. So his opponent would be in lots of trouble because they'd actually be circling towards his power hand if they were to make that assumption. So what you'll see when we work with Stephen is we tend to throw lots of power hands on the right side. So we'll throw power jabs, really forcing him to rotate through his spine and drive the naturally stronger right hand home. We'll ask him to throw power hooks, power uppercuts, and what I particularly like to do with Stephen is to double up that power hand to the body, then up top to the head, or to the head, and bring that back down to the body. So unique for two instances. One, he is southpaw, which is relatively uncommon, and two, not only that, he's a right-handed southpaw. So all the power is transferred in this side, and when it comes to the biomechanics of punch power, we know that the power travels from the ground up. So through the lower chain, the ankle, knees, and hips, rotating into the hips and pelvis, up through the back, delivering through the shoulders, triceps, and finally resulting here. So this is Stephen, the right-handed southpaw, and you'll see when we're working together, he's very explosive off that power right-hand side. Okay, so what was very interesting about Stephen's session was it was a session of two halves. First half, he was very tense through his neck and his traps, and he was really forcing everything with his muscles and his shoulders and things like that. And he didn't really do himself justice. So we took a breather, asked him to just relax. And when he came out for the second half of the session, it was like working with a completely different athlete. He was very grounded, and he had full comprehension of all the boxing techniques and all the very complex combinations that he's perfectly capable of performing. And it was a massive difference.